Career high 13 when NAU dominated the Eagles. It was a part of 3 straight double-digit scoring games for him.
And that was a nice pass by Capasano, who had a shot and kind of reversed the ball and gave it to Abelman. And Nick McClain.
And he has 16 points.
But the key to that was that pass by Trent McLaughlin. He put that right on the numbers for Capasano, who just...
Money Williams with 26 points. Both these guys very capable of having huge scoring nights.
And Money Williams in the game. What a performance back on Saturday. Here's McClain with a jumper. He gets it to go. And
what? Travis Secure just lights up when you bring up Brandon Whitney's name.
Offensive rebound, Marquardt. Back out to Mason Williams. Back to Whitney really quick. His 147th start. That's tied for the most all-time with any individual team.
And he scored over 1,500 points, Tony. He's 10th on the career scoring rate.
McClain.
That they came out and played that well tonight. But when you hit your first 9 shots, you should look pretty good, Cody. And you get so much energy at the defensive end on that.
Finally get on the board 2.5 minutes into this game. Jake O'Neal has it taken away by Hartman. Eastern is good on the steals this year. Good swinging. Nick McClain gets it in the paint.
Again, everybody.
With it this time, really going inside. Really a high dribble on Stockton. Fade away off the mark. And the rebound by Sebastian Hartman. McClain splitting his way into the paint and gets the bucket there.
Just ball faked.
Winkle has shown really good flashes this year.
Yes, especially down low. I like to see him shoot the outside shot more, but he's definitely done a great job inside.
McClain, oh baby!
During practice. And that's been a point of emphasis.
Was that sending a message?
Definitely, definitely.
McClain up and under again, no, but puts it back himself.
Pitch or go under.
Myers to the middle, he gave it up. And McClain to recover, he leads the conference in steals. The other way, up and under, Nick McClain. McClain has been quiet shooting, but he's passed the ball well. Williams has been the one more apt to shoot so far. Great pass. Good swing. Corner. McClain. 4-3.
And that's just great basketball, right? You don't have a great shot.
So good for this team last year. Gives it up. No good, and Marquardt the rebound.
Yeah, good defense to start the game for Eastern. Good rotations by their starters.
McClain, 3. Finally goes down.
For both teams, and good news for Zonka. We know when he sees one goes in, he's a lot more aggressive.
Northern Colorado couldn't get it. That was blocked. Loose ball. Zonky to run now for Eastern with a 4-point early lead. McClain for 3. Heat check.
He shuffled his feet, but good physical play by the guard there.
Dinker was really good at Idaho last year. That was a surprising transfer out with their new coaching staff.
Yeah, and I think that's the key, right? New coaching staff and new opportunity.
Northern Colorado has added a lot of great pieces to a core that already was back. McClain. Oh, no way. What a give and go, Mark. Just like that. McClain. What a move. Pops and hits. Missed free throw of the game with 90 seconds to play.
And if you're Eastern Washington, you need a shot here. You do not need a turnover.
This is our 6th tie of this game. It's been back and forth. McClain on Hawthorne. has an angle. Up and under, he got it.
Yeah, good.
Jackson with the shot clock at 2 from the pocket. Off the mark.
Yeah, good rebound by Eastern Washington after that miss. Good rotation all the way down to the end of the shot clock.
McClain working his way to the cup, and it drops in 2. We're tied
on the line. The ref was staring at it intently, and it's stolen away. McClain slams it down with authority. The air, a little up and under, and gets it to go.
Patrick McMahon, what a half this guy's had. His dad sitting courtside.
Quick 3 by McClain.
Getting up three-pointers, 4 three-pointers in the first 2 possessions, and Tyler Merce is the guy you want to find, especially coming off of an offensive rebound.
Talked about Andrew Cook for Eastern Washington. Nick McClain, too, one of the top 10 scorers in the conference. A lot of offense for this Eastern Washington squad. McClain down the baseline. Picking up where he left off after a bit of a breather. 6 for him now. McClain to the hoop, and 1. So Cook and McClain.
Mitchell, as we see it here.
McClain read it well in a steal. 3 seconds to McClain to the hoop. Maybe a big momentum play for Eastern Washington. McClain breaks it up and hands to Cook. Seems like a moment here where Eastern can maybe tilt this their way again. Open 3, McClain. Got it.
Yeah. Around the Holt screen. Alley-oop for Holt. Oh, can't handle it under the basket, and the Eagles get it away. So far, Holt has not scored. Again, he's coming off the 35-point performance. Pump fake, and then a 3 by Nick. And again, the Eagles have the worst three-point defense in the conference. Here's Holt with a 3, and he still has the drought going. Jacob Holt has not scored yet for the Hornets. Uh-oh, another 3 for the Eagles. No, it's perfect. Wow, the half by is 9 at Eastern Washington in 2009. 2000, I was there for that. Okay, I knew there had to be something worse than this, and there it is. It was on a trip to Cheney, Washington. You know, it's amazing that the ball's coming my way. This could be trouble. It's amazing that Cheney, the university there, has been around since 1882. It's a small town. I used to broadcast there. Here's a 3. Good again. See the intensity that Sacramento State with that deficit comes out with. A drive to the hoop. That was a rare drive to the hoop. Oh, 3.
About 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Put into the backcourt. Nick McClain cleared for takeoff. With a Montana State 1-point lead.
Yeah, a good set there by Montana State. Just a screen and flare for Patterson. He's able to finally knock down a shot, which was a huge shot for Montana State.
15 on the shot clock. McClain drives, goes up, gets his defender in the air and puts...
And step up, you know, score the ball, but also get stops on defense.
8 lead changes, 6 different times we've been tied, as this one has been back and forth all the way. The largest lead for either squad was Montana State by 7 earlier in this second half, when it looked like perhaps they were starting to create some separation. But Eastern Washington hung right in it, and it's Nick McClain hanging right in around the rim. Nobody gets back though. Patterson can't get it to go. He's at 11 in the second half. That would have been huge. Now here's Andrew Cook. His team up by 4. He'll hit the brakes.
Yeah, 2 great drives by 2 guards of Eastern Washington, Williams and McClain, just getting downhill.
15 seconds on the shot clock. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Williams, McClain, pump fake, gets his man in the air, drives, goes up, and scores. What's the foul?
2-point lead. They made their last 3 shots. Zuba doesn't shoot a lot when he's in, so we'll see who does. Nagoye to Zuba. Backing down on Sawyer. 5 to shoot for McClain. He'll take this one. That was beautiful. Williams can't have a ball, but Powell's in great position for the rebound.
Yeah, another big rebound for Eastern Washington, giving them another possession to shoot the ball.
Powell, what a pass for Cook. They'll let him cook. Great passing and great shooting by McClain. That's number 9 today for Eastern, as Williams comes up short, and McClain has it headed that way in transition already. Coast to coast for the highlight, and one. Eastern nearly good enough tonight. Very talented, a lot of big plays as McClain finishes. Leaves it off. Thomas for 3. No. Hartman the rebound. Thomas. McClain all the way, 2.
Shot clock at 5. Working his way to the cup is Affelwerk, but denied. Stretch pass. McClain dumps it down. So shot clock at 15. Back underway. Williams. McClain. 4. Or will be the next time, excuse me, with the charge. Williams. Looking for Hartman, but broken up. Picking up by McClain. 4 seconds on the shot clock. McClain lets it loose from deep and drives.
Still gets fired. After 17 years, he was there for 17 years, man. That's tough.
He was maybe going to retire, but decided to come back home to Eastern Washington.
Yeah, I played against Coach Monson's dad's team, Don Monson. So, Coach Monson, if you're watching, hello, man. I remember you from back in the 80s.
McClain breaks down ahead.
He's a young man that coming into the season, I think they had high expectations for him. He averaged 14 points a game last year. But hasn't lived up to that so far with the Huskies, but there's a lot of season left.
Nice. We'll see a lot of McClain.
On the roster there, he was listed as 6'5", and I was like, no way, but man, he's every bit of it.
I don't know if Butler is 6'4", though, is my point there. Here's McClain in transition.
Yeah, he's flexing. Look at Harris had the height advantage that time, but he kind of did a little bit of a fall-away shot instead of taking it strong to the basket and at least trying to draw the foul.
Taking it
like
strong
right
is
there.
what McClain just kept on back, who's missing his 8th straight game. Chris Conway, the Oakland transfer, who probably was going to be their second best big, also out for the year, as McClain, he throws it down. His future, I also like, by the way, Jace Butler. And Coach Sprinkle mentioned that he's loved Butler's effort in practice. I think Butler's been one of the first guys on the floor all night, as a good finish by McClain.
He does, and he misses. Chased down by Dangmayor. Ball's loose. Elijah Thomas reclaims it. McClain, 4-3.
And that's Hartman.
Down. Panone gives it up to Thomas. Short on the 3. and Cook the rebound. Lucky they missed that one. He had a really good look. McClain goes up for a highlight and puts Eagles back ahead by 2.
Yeah, while you're on the other side of the out-of-bounds line.
So Eastern a chance to extend this new lead. Hartman, that ball is live, not over and back. McClain with the man in his face. The 9th three-pointer.
Thighs against Powell, backing him down.
North Dakota back into the lead with 13 minutes to play. Great pass down low to McClain.
It's just a great rub screen.
Here's Mike Charles-Jocks. He gives it up. McClain in the open floor will flush it. And it's over.
And I can't say as I blame it.
43-39. Eastern Washington will try to hold on for the final look of the first half.
It's been a really, really competitive first half. I really tip my hat to Dan Monson and the Eagles. They came in here undaunted and not afraid at all and played these running youths tooth and nail.
That's a wonderful play by Nick McClain. 41. Drew Goodman, Joe Cravens. And Eastern Washington will have the basketball be in the second half. Nick McClain with it.
Sebastian Hartman back in the starting 5 for the Eagles. He did not start the game, and a very, very nice executed back cut. That puts all kinds of pressure on transition defense. Well, the Utes continue to struggle from the free throw line.
They just 1 of 5 for Lovery. McClain, you know, good point guard. Great finish, Miro Little.
Right, Miro Little had been a little bit quiet scoring-wise here in the last 10 minutes. I think he's got all 7 of his points here in the last 10 minutes.
The lead jumped to 9, and then Nick
Today he can shoot the ball.
Max Murrell, who was just 3 for 15 from 3 in the first 5 games, nails his first 2 shots. And there's Nick McClain on a drive to the back. Goes day-to-day without Colin Smith, who's just a little bit banged up. And then 2 players out for Eastern Washington tonight. They're without their outstanding shooting guard, Mason Williams. And also Sebastian Hartman, who started every game for Dan Munson. And there is Nick McClain.
Good drive there. First step.
Nice spin move. And the follow from the weak side by...
Back out to McClain. McClain goes inside right at Johnson. Hangs. Won't go. Gets his own miss. The follow-up is good. And here we go.
Shots and getting all the way to the rim.
So we got first half Martell and second half Dom.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
That's been the story for the Lancers on the season so far.
9-7 Eastern Washington on top. Shot is up, and
Eastern Washington's got to try to run some good offense, execute to try to get back in this thing.
The Eagles have missed 8 of their last 9 attempts. Trailing by 16. Coleman defending McClain. Oh, got right around
drive.
Coleman. Dom sliding around, goes inside. His pass intercepted by McClain.
Here comes Eastern Washington. CBU's got to get back. Good hustle by Dom to get back.
Spin moves to his left. McClain. And it's good for Adam Musa. He's had a couple threes in this game.
He really has, but really a smart, savvy player and a great addition for the Lancers to have him back and healthy.
The Tarleton State transfer. Feeling right at home for the Lancers.
McClain really feeling like he's got that in to get in the paint on him.
Marquardt over to Powell. Thomas has it. McClain's calling for it. That one almost picked off by Coleman.
Shot clock running down here.
Deep 3 by McClain, and he hits. Daniels. Oh, what a pretty shot.
Big time shot.
It almost looked like he was heaving a shot put.
Unbelievable. Well, it did look like a shot put with his right hand. Threw that thing right in there. Here comes McClain.
McClain to the 26th place overall, and Valentin Soka 33rd. What a banner day for the men's cross-country team at the national championships. And there goes McClain again. He's not ready to pass. Into the corner to Johnson.
But Johnson's going to throw it away to McClain. McClain.
Wow.
Big time one-handed dunk.
Drives up and under and finishes.
What an acrobatic finish there from Watts. But it's the offensive rebounding right now that the Cougs are doing really well at, being able to get extra possessions as we see Nick McClain get himself going with
screen. Goes up, can't finish. Ball's loose, still loose, and Eastern Washington comes away with it. Marquardt now up to Zonke. Beats Zonke with it. Another one of the players who suited up for the Eags last season. McClain. Nick McClain trying to break down his man. Drives, steps through the lane and scores.
30-point game. You know the confidence is extremely high for Cedric Coward right now.
Already 11 points in the game for Coward. McClain puts it up and count it.
It's such a high release, and with the elevation, it's extremely hard to guard. So anytime you can get him the ball at 15 feet, you're going to have the advantage.
McClain, elbow floater on the way is good.
He's able to draw that double team.
Palmise runs baseline, tries to feed it inside, giveaway. McClain the other way, but here comes Coward. McClain takes off and throws. Get around Cook. Moan Watts drives, goes through traffic, can't score. Isaiah went for the follow-up, couldn't get it. Eastern Washington coming the other way. McClain tries to step around Airstrip. Contact off the window and good. Not able to connect that time, so a 2-for-3 trip. McClain comes across half court, just hesitates and rises to the rack and string together some good possessions. Ethan Price back in the game, and Nick McClain goes right at him. Price, remember, able to chase it down. McClain tries to rip it through the middle, deflected, and then a putback slam by McClain.
Away from after scoring.
And they sent Reneker to the bench after the early foul. Jared Hyder can't ring that one up for Cal Poly. And Williams with the rebound. He's been everywhere here in the first 2 minutes. Up to Nick McClain, up and under again.
Eastern has to make sure they stick tight to their rotations.
Cook to inbound. McClain trying to go on Reneker. Looking for the angle. He's got a good one and 2 points.
That was just
Reneker for 2.
Yeah, that was just, again, defensively, too easy down low on that inbounds.
Back to a 6-point game. This is about where it's been hovering for the last 6 or 7 minutes of hoops. McClain, one-on-one, beautiful. Here in the first half. It has been sometimes difficult to watch. And there's another. Here's McClain. For a highlight. Poly's been a better 3-point shooting team today, as McClain almost went for a SportsCenter top 10. But he chases down his own shot. This is the first time you've gotten to watch these guys play a full game in person, although you've been watching their games on TV. Tonight might not be the best night to ask you, but if you had to say, what would you call their team identity right now?
Right now, you know,
McClain.
Good finish by McClain. Just get.
Lucky he missed that one, but at this point, Cal Poly is thinking about getting on the plane and flying back to sunny California. As McClain gets to the tee. Bandel, beautiful for 2.
And again, a one-on-one all the way to the cup for a layup. That can't happen.
Trying to do it all himself. And he will. 2.5.
Yeah, and that's an experienced reffing crew right there, making sure to notice that.
Eagles down 3. McClain did it himself, and it's a 1-point game. Bandel, beautiful. A 4-point game. Eastern needs potentially a quick 3 here, or an even quicker 2. McClain forced it up, got it back.
Added that to his game. He's more confident with that baby hook. He's got soft touch. He's really able, not just trying to dunk the ball, but get to that baby hook with his length and his explosiveness, his verticality. He can hit that little short 6'8" foot baby hook jumper. Really good sign right there for making 8 shot.
Yeah, McClain back in the game with 2 fouls, just under 9 minutes to play. This is Dan Monson saying, I need this guy in there to avoid this getting out of hand. And you look at the take.
Yeah, it's a good look. Tamar Bates had a look at the previous possessions, but just didn't fall. But two your best scorers, best playmakers, trying to go get one here late.
McClain gets one for Eastern.
Trying to make a dent through the zone. Dawson left them open, and he almost made him pay. And now Eastern looking for a couple points on the other end as they try to use the clock to their advantage. Nick McClain back on the floor. He's got 4 fouls, but no points. A lot of ball screens, a lot of movement. Yep. McClain, what a time for his first points. Hartman inbound. Williams, transition. McClain, clutch on the other end.
And he ties the game at 2. Sometimes the toughest rebounds are those air balls because the defense is expecting a carom off the rim.
Eagles, penetration, right to the rim. And moving around the perimeter.
Ben got Dak playing with a lot more confidence than he did last year when he didn't get many minutes.
Yakomowski with the turnover. Stolen by McClain to the rim for the slam. Amazes me, a guy that can shoot the ball that well, but yet the free throw numbers aren't great as he misses the second.
Got him there, Mark. Yeah, Yakomowski, at Washington State, 6 or 7 3-point attempts a game, but didn't do much else. He's going to have an opportunity to do more things here.
I think so. Powell has got it near the top of the key. Dump it inside. Quick move. Left-handed layup by McClain. His first Colorado 3-point. And we're tied at 31 here in Boulder.
Mark, he told you as McClain goes in and gets an easy bucket.
Trigger the ball in. Eastern Washington University out of Cheney, Washington.
I looked it up for the game. It's 15 miles outside of Spokane.
McClain down the lane, nearly lost it. And on cue from downtown. Just the way it drawn up, and we're tied at 44.
Bronchick, multi-skilled 6'9" guy, and he's only 18 years old.
Brown coming the knife now. Scott looked at me during the commercial break, and he said, I think the Eagles are teetering. Inside, McClain posting up Julian Hammond. Tough matchup.